Sunnyside Presbyterian Church finished their vision poem in 2015, around the middle of the year. And here it is in 2018 in March. We're about 2.5 years later. And unlike just a mission statement, a vision poem has lots of imagery and is written in a more poetic fashion to affect people in a different way than a typical mission statement. Our vision is a vision for Sunnyside Presbyterian Church, a beacon light of God, away from the crowded ways of life. At the crossroads where two churches were joined, God called Highland farmers to sow faith and kindness like seeds into a fertile field, embracing those God sends our way as family, trusting and giving thanks whether vessels are empty or full, offering our loaves and fishes. We provide the substance for a miracle in the hands of Christ. The Spirit ignites us to action to illuminate dark corners, creating community from isolation, neighbors, comforting, feeding, rejoicing, as the hands and voice of Christ, empowering people to shine.
Giving thanks whether our vessels are empty or full, because we are a small congregation, and also offering our loaves and fishes, which become the substance for a miracle in the hands of Christ. So often I know as a small congregation we have felt like the difference that we could make is somewhat minimal. And I think this just helps us remember that we're called by Christ to offer what we have and what we are, and then He'll take it from there and multiply that. Another line that means a lot to me is illuminating dark corners and creating community from isolation. We do have a number of folks who just do not have church families in the community. There are a number of needs, and we see those folks sort of sequester themselves into where they live, go out as little as they have to, and then just stay closed in. I think some of the things that we're doing now, particularly with the food pantry, with Prayer and a Biscuit, the clothes closet, a number of the things we're doing with visitation, very many open invitations to the community to participate in different activities that we have are opening doors. We're seeing people come here and in ways that we had not seen before. I think the vision is very unifying. It's certainly a lens that we can look through as a congregation and see what God is calling us to do as a congregation.
Well, the line I appreciate more than I guess others, God called Highland farmers to sow faith and kindness like seeds into a fertile field. And I like that because we are farmers in this country. When I was a little girl, I remember this being much more farmland than it is now. And sowing the seeds to grow the crops is what we're doing here. We're sowing the seeds to grow in our faith. So I like that a lot. So we have our food pantry, we have our clothes pantry, or clothes closet, excuse me. But just like coming together tonight to share a meal, which we've done that for years, but we keep growing in our fellowship that way also.
Faith and kindness, like seed.
And what does that mean?
That's the sentence I could remember. Because we need to have faith. And kindness, we need to try to show every day of our life to each other. I kind of see a change in people in our church in trying to embrace new people that come.
Our church was begun with farmers, you know, and but there is no farmers in the church now.
Right.
But when I was a kid, I remember that pretty much everyone in there were farmers.
Wow.
Or farm families, and they're really grass to the root, grassroots of the community too, for the farmers. Good, solid families, and we still have good, solid families now, but they're different.
Mm-hmm.
The times are different.
Part that says to sow faith and kindness like seeds in a fertile field.
Nice.
I think that's something that we're doing.
So that's been meaningful or
yeah,
inspiring
very,
to you?
Yeah. It's given us something to grow on. It's given us something to boost our spirit and to make us feel like we are actually doing God's work in the community?
Well, I think what has really, for me, seeing our church has really taken hold is where it ignites us to go in dark corners. And from there, also, neighbors comforting, feeding, rejoicing with people. And I think with that has been like a call for action for us. It's inspired me and it inspired a lot of people around us. I see people come up with ideas like our food pantry, and then it started off with just people bringing in food, and then later on we expanded into the Second Harvest Food Bank in partnership with them and expanded what the church could do into the community. And it's just a matter where it's just certain people took something and decided, well, we've done this, but then we're not satisfied. We want to go out and meet and take care of more people. And to be honest with you, it's been one of those things for me. I wasn't one of the people that initiated this, but I tell you one thing, it's been very inspiring for me.
So here you go.
That's it then? Okay.
So what line kind of jumps out to you in our vision poem?
The line empowering people to shine.
And tell me, what do you like about that?
I think it's good that our church empowers people to shine.
Do you feel pretty empowered in this church?
Yes, I do.
Awesome. Thanks.
And has fruit in here.
Yeah. Nice. Do you like worshiping in the big sanctuary too?
I do.
And are we a friendly church?
Yeah. Popcorn is great.
Good popcorn.
Like your face.
All righty. Thank you so much.
I need the popcorn right now.
All right.
Hey, y'all are celebrities.
It's very powerful, and it really lightens up this community because basically everything we got in here is coming to light. We're bringing Highland farmers together, and we're bringing churches coming in together, and they're understanding that, hey, that's what God wants us to do. He wants us to come together and unite as one and do things, and it pleases Him. And I am glad and I'm highly blessed and favored that we at Sunnyside have been chosen to do that. Our vision is real, it's true, and everybody here is sincere at what we're doing. And it makes everything so easy and wonderful, and it's simply amazing how you think about something and you look at it and it's happening. It's really reality. And I'm happy to be a part of Sunnyside Presbyterian. I'm happy to be one of the elders here, and I'm happy that God has blessed this church. And He is blessing this church each and every day to do the many wonderful things that He wants the rest of the world to do. And you need to just come and see. We can talk this and talk that, but you have to really come and see the wonderful blessing and the many wonderful things that we do here at Sunnyside Presbyterian Church.